Hey guys, and welcome back. I got a lot of questions on when do we use a composite key compared to a primary key, and I thought, why not just address it once and for all for everybody, right? So, if you're interested, stick around. We'll have a look at what are composite keys and how to create them. So, let's look at this example here. I have table one, and oops, this is table two. Now here I have IDs, and there are multiple IDs here, right? Multiple entries for the same ID. And then we have the date. And for this particular ID and the date, I want to get the status, which is in my other table. In this case, what we want is we need a combination of it. So we need a combination of the two fields in order to create a one-to-one relationship so that we can get the value of our table or our column called status. So what happens when we load this here as it is? Well, if we load, you have a synthetic table, of course, because you have two IDs, which creates a unique relationship, and that gives you the status here. So Qlik automatically joins these two because you have the same ID name and creates a synthetic table. And this is not really good, right? So it's not the way that your data model should look like. So how do you create the composite key? Well, let's say final table, let's say load. Let's load the names of the column ID, date, and status. And this is coming from our resident table called table one. We don't have status here. Good. Now let's combine these two to create a composite key for this table. And we want to create a composite key in the other table so that you get the unique relationship between the two in order to match it to the right status. So how would you do that? Well, it's just as simple as concatenating and creating a key with these two unique columns that you have. So I would say ID, and inside string, well, you could use a dash or a plus, or to be honest, you don't even need to do that, but I'll just do it for the sake of simplicity to understand, and date as our composite key, right? And this is coming from resident table one. Next, let's create final table two. Here we're going to load, and well, we don't want to have the same dates here. So let's say, um, let's create the composite key. So ID and plus and date as our composite key, and we want the status. So now you will get the unique value here and the status, which will connect to this particular unique value from your table one here. And this is coming from your resident two. Good. And we'll drop the other two tables that we just created. Tables, table two. And now when we load it, you see that now you have a composite key. So let's have a look at this. And the composite key is your one plus your date. And this gives you a unique relationship between the two, which helps you bring in the status. So if you go to the front end now, you actually get the value that you're looking for. So because you have, even for your customer ID 3, you have a unique relationship here, which brings in the status. And your data model is clean and it gives you the right value. Perfect, right? But instead of doing this, which looks like this, Qlik has a function. It's called Autonumber, and you could simplify it. So what Qlik does is for every unique combination of your ID and your date, it creates a number, and that number can be used as your composite key. And how do you do that? Well, it's as simple as adding an auto number. So here, and I would say auto number here, right? You know what? In order to just make this a little bit easier, let's do this. And let's keep this as it is. Original, test. And let's put it here, composite test 2. Let's load it. Now when we look here, we know that composite test is number 1 for 1 plus August, number 2 for 1 plus July. And if you see the other table, it is again for 1 plus August, it is number 1, 1 plus June, it is number 2, for July, number 3. So it's created a unique key. Instead of creating just the ID and date, what you could use is this part as your composite key. So And now you have the composite key exactly how we had it before. So the Autonumber function has given you a unique number for the different combinations of ID and date. So it's super simple, right? This is how you create the composite key. I've got all these cheat codes here. Check it out. You might even get in on the summer sale. Have a good one, guys. Peace.